6:45, the meeting session will come to order. We have a presentation. Jeremy, thank
Thank
you.
you, Mr. Secretary. This is a rezoning application for two parcels at 115 East North Street and 121 East North Street, owned by ATM Properties LLC. The applicant is proposing to rezone these two parcels shown here on the map. They are behind the old Dairy Suite. One is a former florist. It was a florist for a very long time. And then the other one was most recently a daycare. To be rezoned from LC local commercial to CCM corridor commercial. The applicant is interested in redeveloping these two parcels for one or two mixed use buildings, first floor commercial and second floor apartment of some sort, similar to a two-story multi-use building where the Marmy's Dairy Suite is. So this is governed. So these are the street view of the two parcels seeking to be rezoned. I'm sure all of you have seen them at one point in time, just off of East North Street. So what governs whether or not a property can be legally rezoned or not is what's called the future land use map of the comprehensive plan. So when we went through in 2019 and 2020 with the Planning Commission, we had identified all the parcels that directly front US 13 for corridor commercial, which is the higher density mixed use zoning district. And the Planning Commission in particular had a lot of discussions about, well, what about the properties that are immediately behind the properties along US 13, specifically the Smyrna Mart Shopping Center, the former Acme, which is now the Power and Praise, I believe that's the church where the old Acme used to be. And then essentially this block of fronting on East Street to US 13. And what they opted on was these areas are generally older, suburban, low density, suburban type commercial uses that a lot of these buildings have been put in the 50s and 60s and 70s. They wanted to give the existing property owners the ability to be able to keep their existing uses, keep their existing zoning, but they wanted to give property owners and developers the ability to be able to apply for rezoning to that higher density corridor commercial district. So they identified these as transitional corridor, which essentially allowed them to keep the existing zoning in place, or they can opt to what's called upzoning. And this is the language directly from the comprehensive plan. And I point you to the second paragraph. They're allowed to retain their underlying highway commercial or shopping center zoning, but they have the ability to apply for a rezoning if the property owner or developer would like to redevelop said properties. Okay, so these properties are both zoned LC local commercial, as is the old Acme. You have a series of properties along the front Glenwood Avenue that are in a similar transitional zoning identification and are currently zone LC local commercial. So I think that is it. This was reviewed by the Planning Commission at their November the 5th special meeting. And it was given a unanimous recommendation by the Planning Commission for you to be rezoned to corridor commercial. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions and turn it over to the applicant as well.
Are there any plans for like renovating the existing buildings or
I would defer to the applicant, but my understanding is not. It's the tear down and rebuild.
Okay.
Yeah, the buildings themselves were built. I think the barber shop was built in 1970s. It was a doctor's office, a pizzeria, a number of things. It's obsolete. And the old daycare is past its time for renovation. It used to be the courthouse, I believe, in Smyrna. And it would just cost it's cheaper for me to build.
Okay.
At that point. So yeah, I'm just going to tear them down.
Okay.
And Mr. Johnson, could you identify yourself for the public hearing?
I'm sorry, Bob Johnson, 2018 Seney Town Road, Dover, Delaware.
Will these businesses get notices of what's going to happen?
What's that?
Do they get notice of what's going to happen?
You mean
The businesses now, currently are in the.
Well, the daycare I purchased, it's vacant.
Okay.
And the barber shop is my tenant. And I've talked to him, he's excited, he's ready to go into a new space.
Okay.
You see, he's not going anywhere. The barber shop the son of, across the street. His name escapes me. Kevin is the son, he's running the barber shop. And, he's excited to move into new digs, so good to go.
So this is gonna be stores on the bottom, apartments on the top?
Yeah, that is the plan. That's what the rezoning would permit.
Is there-
Similar to, the building would likely be a similar configuration to where the building where Marmory's, creamery is, where you have a retail business on the first floor of some sort, or potentially services like a barber shop. And then the second floor would most likely be apartments, but it could be an office, like Mr. Johnson has his offices up there.
Okay, my question is there parking? So Ernie ain't booting more cars?
So that would be taken care of as part of the site plan process. That would be done after the rezoning. So they would be required to conform to the parking requirements in the zoning ordinance. So,
And everybody that comes there will know that there's a fire siren, so they ain't
yes.
complaining about it, right?
I'm the number one complainer.
I know. You are.
So,
Any other questions? All right. Well, Jeremy, thank you very much.
thank you.
This concludes the 6:45 session. We will adjourn and commence at 7 o'clock for the regular council meeting. 7 o'clock, regular meeting for the Smyrna Town Council will come to session. Everyone, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a brief moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. Roll call, please.
Good evening, everyone. Happy
Good evening.
Monday. Councilman Drew,
Here.
Mayor Gott, Councilman Johnson,
Here.
Councilman Miles, Councilman Olson,
Yeah.
Councilman Pope,
Here.
and Vice Mayor Dr. Upshur. All right, thank you all.
Thank you. All righty, before you, you have the published agenda. Are there any additions or deletions to this published agenda? If not, can we have a motion to
So
approve?
moved.
A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 6, consent agenda. We have the council meeting, meeting minutes from November the 3rd, 2025. Is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 3rd?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right. Item passes. Brings us to number 7, non-agenda items, starting with mayor and council. As you can see, we do have a few of our council members that are not here. They are away, I believe it's in New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken. So we hope that they're, having safe travels. I want to first, congratulate, the town manager and the staff for a very successful Veterans Day program that we held at the Opera House last week. Very well attended. It was a very great, very good event. It was great to see all the veterans, and I think there was one young man who was 98 years old. That was it. He was.
It was fabulous.
Yeah, it was amazing. So thank you so much to the entire staff, Amanda, everyone. You guys did an awesome job with that. Of course, next week, it's hard to believe, but Thanksgiving is coming. Just next week, it'll be upon us. So I hope that everyone does have a safe and good Thanksgiving coming up. Also, don't forget to check in on your neighbors. If there's somebody that, might be in need of a little something, give them a little hand. I love the Thursday tidbits, a lot of helpful information in there as far as resources, events, and activities that are going on in the town. If you have not signed up for the receiving of the Thursday tidbits, I would encourage you to do so. And finally, I just want to say that thank you to the town crews that go out daily to do a lot of great work, from leaf collection to yard waste collection. They're doing an amazing job. We've been getting a lot of positive comments and feedback on the work that's being done daily. And so we can't thank the staff from Public Works and the electric department and all throughout the town staff for what you do. With that, Councilman Drew, I'll turn it over to you. Do you have anything?
Yes, the veterans, getting honored was very humbling experience. Just to hear the careers of what they've done over years was very, very exciting. Of course, I had a chance to have one of my veterans that I chose, and he actually came up to me and he just said, "Thank you." But he's a man of many words, so for him to say thank you meant a lot. So, and I said, "Well, do you want to stay? Because they have food upstairs." He said, "No, I want to get out of here." But no, it was very, very well put together. Looking forward to the next time we have that event. But yeah, so thank you for all who served. I'm a young man, so when I heard some of the stuff, I said, "Ronald Reagan." I said, "What's going on?" So, and also I want to thank the police department for keeping this town safe. This man right here does a lot that you don't see. So I want to thank you for keeping us safe. And That's all I have.
Okay. Councilman Olson?
Well, it looks like the next council meeting, we're going to be considering the budget. So I'd like to urge my fellow council members to not forget the taxpayers of Smyrna who voted to have their tax burdens reduced somewhat at least.
Councilman Johnson?
Just like to thank the town employees for what they do. Had a few calls this week. Everybody praising the guy driving the leaf vac truck. What a great job he does, and it's good to get phone calls of people complimenting the town on something instead of complaining about what the town's doing. 2 Sundays ago, went to the Veterans Breakfast over to the American Legion, had a great breakfast. Met a lot of vets and ran into some old friends, so that was a good time. That's all I have.
All right, Chief Donner?
Everything's going well with the recruits. I was just with them before this meeting, sizing them up for some gear. Steady forward, everything's going well.
Sounds good. All right, thank you. Town Manager?
This one's a short one. The first thing is we're gonna talk about the electric, right? That always seems to be the conversation that we see. So we had 3 over the weekend. It was a busy weekend for the crew. We were 2 squirrels less in town. 2 of them, and one of them actually was a primary break, so it actually was a legitimate break that happened. The crew did an amazing job. They got it identified and quickly turned back on. So, we do apologize for any issues that's caused for anybody, but some of them, again, I keep saying they're uncontrolled. So, but we've lost two squirrels. You're going to see some changes coming through. One of the biggest changes you're seeing is you'll start seeing code enforcement during the weekends. So just kind of making sure that things are followed during the weekends to make sure, because unfortunately things happen after 4 o'clock on Fridays. So that's a change that you'll see that they're going to be out and about. We did, just as Councilman Osten said, we completed our final meeting with the budget committee and it went well. So looking forward to that presentation next meeting.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Item 8, old business, including discussion and possible action. We don't have anything listed under that, so we will move down to item 9. New business, including discussion and possible action on the following items. Item A, an application from ATM Properties LLC to rezone 115 East North Street, tax map ID 1-17013-0400-00001 and 121 East North Street, tax map ID 1-170-13-03-0300-00001 from LC Local Commercial to CCM Corridor Commercial in the town of Smyrna. Jeremy, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So you already gave my brief report as part of the public hearing, but if you have any follow-up questions, again, this is permitted and was envisioned as part of the 2020 comprehensive plan under the transitional corridor land use designation to be able to allow property owners of older, lower density suburban style commercial buildings to be able to redevelop their property at a higher zoning district, a higher land use designation for the corridor commercial. So it is permitted. This would be our first one who's requested the rezoning. But this was something that was envisioned as part of the comprehensive plan process.
Discussion, any questions? None? Do we have a motion to approve this application?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? What I'd like to do, Mayor, do we need to have an individual voice count for this with a statement of the reasoning behind our vote?
So I think right now the vote is 4-0, so we don't need to have a separate voice vote, but we do need to have everybody state their reasons for their vote.
All right, sounds good. So I'll start with you, Councilman Drew. Could you please state your reason for your vote?
I vote yes, and I think it's comprehensive to the plan.
Thank you. Councilman Olson.
Vote for it for the same reason. It's in line with the comprehensive plan.
Thank you. Councilman Johnson.
I vote yes for the same reason.
Thank you. I vote yes. It's within the scope of the comprehensive plan. Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate it. Brings us to item 10, presentation and public comments. If you have any comments, please take the podium, state your name. You have 3 minutes to actually make your comment. Is there anyone that would like? Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Larry Struzeski. I'd just like to thank the council and everyone else involved for the veterans recognition at the Opera House. As being one of the recipients, I was totally amazed. It was beyond the scope that I had ever envisioned it being. And the banner that's going to be flown, my banner is going to be out there. It's pretty impressive. So again, thank you for the work and everything else that went into it.
We want to thank you for your service, Mr.
You're very
Straczynski.
welcome.
Thank you so much.
That's all I have.
Ready? Any other comments? Yes, ma'am.
First down, the other one gets up. Myron Straczynski. I just want to say about the tidbits.
Mhm.
They are fabulous. You hit on every single thing that you could possibly hit on. Those tidbits let you know everything that is going on in this town as far as opportunities to be involved. It was great. And I too want to thank the council and the town and everyone that was involved with that, the veterans program. It certainly was something that you should all be proud of. You did a great job.
Thank you.
I just have a question. Would Erica from the Duck Creek Regional be here? Hi, I have your paperwork. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else for public comments? Okay, with that,
Make a motion, we adjourn.
we have a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Meeting is adjourned.